This week on TechRap, Microsoft unveils its newest gaming console, the Xbox One. Leaked photos of what could possibly be the upcoming Samsung Galaxy Active surface online. And beware, zombies have returned. Plants vs. Zombies Adventures takes over Facebook. Hi, I'm Michael Josh, and this is TechRap, your weekly source for tech news, gadget reviews, app recommendations, and social media tips. This week's newsmaker was without a doubt Yahoo, with its acquisition of Tumblr taking the spotlight. The Tumblr acquisition was a big one, sung to the tune of $1.1 billion. To celebrate the move, Yahoo started its own Tumblr and posted this animated GIF that goes, "Yahoo, Tumblr, now panic and freak out. Keep calm and carry on." CEO Marissa Mayer says of her first acquisition, quote, "We promise not to screw it up." Yahoo will operate Tumblr independently. Tumblr founder David Karp stays on as CEO. In a separate blog post, the 26-year-old assures, quote, "Our team isn't changing, our roadmap isn't changing, and our mission certainly isn't changing." Yahoo's second Tumblr post was to announce a major redesign of its photo-sharing website, Flickr. Previously, users had to pay for a pro account for storage space. That service is basically not needed anymore, as Flickr now gives all users 1 terabyte of free space. The layout has also been redesigned. Photos are front and center as they should be. The redesign brings the once dominant photo sharing site at par with today's leading social networking sites, with features like cover photos. And about time, if you ask me, a longtime Flickr user myself since way back, I now post all my photos on social networking sites like Facebook, Google+, and Instagram. But is the redesign a little too late, and will it win me back? I'm not sure about the answer just yet, but if you're a serious photographer, Flickr does have its pluses. For one, it won't compress your images the way Facebook does. Alongside its redesign, Yahoo also announces an all-new Flickr app for Android. Just like the iOS app it relaunched late last year, you can upload full-resolution copies of your images straight to Flickr via the app, and or browse through a stream of photos from your contacts. So it's not going to be called the Xbox 720 after all. Well, we always knew that name was a bit of a stretch. This week, Microsoft finally takes the wraps off its next-generation gaming console, dubbed the Xbox One. It's been over 7 years since the launch of the One's predecessor, the highly popular Xbox 360, and another 4 years since the motion sensor Kinect accessory. The Xbox One, reminiscent of a set-top box, is powered by a custom-built 8-core processor and comes with 8 gigabytes of RAM, 500 gigabytes of disk space, a Blu-ray drive, USB 3.0, and Wi-Fi connectivity. The new Kinect is larger than its predecessor, but nowhere near the size of the Wii sensor. But it does include a 1080p wide-angle camera that, among other things, can supposedly measure your heartbeat while you exercise. The Xbox One's gamepad controller is also new and comes with 40 new innovations, including vibrating impulse triggers. It must be said, however, that the Xbox One is not backwards compatible, meaning it won't support Xbox 360 games, so purchasing the new console entails an entirely new investment. Sony's upcoming PS4 shares the same issue, but it's not a surprise considering the huge hardware leap. No word on availability and pricing for now, Microsoft says. The Xbox One is coming, quote, later this year. Last month, we reported that Samsung was working on a rugged version and possibly a waterproof version of the Samsung Galaxy S4. In light of a recent trend towards waterproof phones like the Sony Xperia ZR, which we talked about last week, that news was like music to our ears. This week, we get a glimpse of what could possibly be the Samsung Galaxy S4 Active. First are leaked photos from GSM Arena, and then came video from Mobile Tech Review. Both sites show what looks like an aluminum chassis with a coat of red and black paint. Reports of specs are inconsistent. GSM Arena, for example, says specs will be pretty much similar to the S4, including a 1.9 gigahertz quad-core processor, while Mobile Tech Review says the S4 Active will come with less superior specs, including a dual-core processor and an 8-megapixel camera. What we do know for sure is that during the S4 launch in Dubai, a Samsung executive confirmed that they were indeed working on a rugged version of the S4. We also know that the invite to the S4 launch in New York said Episode 1, meaning consumers should expect more episodes this year. This is just a guesstimate, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the device as early as June 2013. That's next month. Now 4 years old, Plants vs. Zombies is arguably one of the most popular tower defense games ever released. Its sequel, Plants vs. Zombies 2, It's About Time, is scheduled for worldwide release in July 2013. And to tide you over, PopCap this week opens up a new social version of the popular game, Plants vs. Zombies Adventures. To play, log on to app.facebook.com/PVZ-adventures. TechRap got early access to the game, and it's definitely something we see a lot of people will be playing. Gameplay remains the same, but with a twist. In typical Facebook game style, you have your own plot of land that you can customize, buildings to upgrade, plants to take care of, and instead of a house, you're protecting a trailer. Zombies walk down paths, not necessarily in straight lines. There are new plants like the asparagus, which shoots long-range asparagus missiles, and of course, if there are new plants, there are also new zombies, each with its own power. There are new neighborhoods and places to explore also, but you'll want to leave some plants at home to fend off zombie attacks while you're away. Of course, one of the most important aspects of the game is the social element. It's Facebook after all. Challenge your friends, or if you're feeling evil, send zombies their way to attack their plots of land. And if you're a sucker for in-app purchases, like me, there's a store too, where you can buy power-ups, plants, and other stuff. So if I were you, I'd keep my wallet safe. While this isn't the sequel, you could have fooled me, and I guarantee Plants vs. Zombies fans will enjoy this iteration of the game. And that was TechRap. Next week, we'll take you to Cambodia, where we'll put the Samsung NX300 through its paces. For the latest news updates, follow Rappler.com on social media, or on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, Instagram, and even on Yahoo's new property, Tumblr. I also don't mind being your 24/7 tech hotline, so email me if you have any tech questions or if you need help picking up a new gadget. The email address is techrap@rappler.com. Or if you would very much rather do it on Twitter, you can do so using the hashtag TechRap. All I ask is that if you enjoy the show, you like and share it with all your friends. That's all for this week, folks. I'm Michael Josh. Thanks for dropping by.